Good morning, everyone. I hope you slept well. So, today we are going to discuss the vegan lifestyle and sport, um, which is a wonderful subject um, to bring together. Because some may believe that like being vegan is one would be very weak and not be able to compete in any sport or some myth like that, but the truth is quite the opposite. Or at the very least, there is absolutely no disadvantage for being vegan and being an amateur sportsman or woman or a professional one. There are quite a few professional um, athletes that are vegan or whole food plant based and they thrive on it. And that is what they actually say this is what contributes to their success. And they are some of the strongest persons, athletes in the world. So as we will see. So yes, let's dive a little bit into it. So today the video that I would recommend to view is called The Game Changers. Maybe some of you have already seen it. It's on Netflix. I put the link in the video notes. And yeah, I mean, it can be seen in other ways than Netflix, but it is on Netflix for those who have it, so it's quite easy to watch. And yeah, it's a wonderful documentary, quite special, produced by some of the greatest athletes themselves, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan, and a couple of others. So yeah, I would highly recommend to watch it. It's a fun documentary to watch, and it's very enlightening. And it shows that one doesn't have to be an omnivore to excel at sport. And what's more important, it's without any animals being harmed in the process. So yes, that is the one of the question that is most asked. Like, where do you get your protein? It's kind of becomes kind of a mantra, and and especially athletes, they can people will ask them, how do you do it? How do you gain muscles? How do you compete so well? So plot twist indeed. Plants have protein, and lots of it, and athletes, they eat those food that contain a lot of proteins that are plant-based, and so many food have a lot of proteins, like lentils, quinoa, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, nuts, seeds, etc. So this question, I don't know who even started it, because to have protein deficiencies is almost unseen, at least in like the developed countries. But on the contrary, fiber deficiency is much more seen. That is very, very common. And plants have a lot of fibers. So those who are plant-based, they eat way more fibers than omnivores, or to speak of carnivores. And fiber is very, very extremely important for good health. So yeah, without fibers, we would be constipated. It's what helps to move everything inside out. So yeah, so this question doesn't actually make much sense, but it is kind of a myth that I don't know who started it. Maybe the animal agriculture lobby, maybe somehow started this myth to undermine all the plant-based, or it's just something that people wonders because every people believe that meat has then only meat has protein, and then they are surprised that actually no, that is not the case. So who knows what is the origin of this question? Doesn't really matter, but it is wrong. I mean, the assumption is wrong that only meat has protein. That's very important to know. So what is food? Food is fuel, basically. It's like if you have a car, which fuel do you want to put in your car? Usually it's the best food, the best fuel. Maybe the car will run with less ideal fuel, but it will get clogged out, and the motor will start to make wrong sounds after some time if the wrong fuel is provided. So yeah, plants is the cleanest of all fuels because it's especially for sports. It's I'm not on the sport, but for everyone, it's very, very nutrient dense and anti-inflammatory, and there's everything there that that the body requires for peak performance. It's also a lot less heavy, both metaphorically and physically. It feels like lighter. It is it removes all the slugginess, and one doesn't feel like going to sleep afterwards. And finally, it's more as we said, it's more vroom vroom. It keeps us going for a long time, and in a strong way. So it's also, especially for sports, it's very good for recovery. So the recovery mode, there is less soreness because it's very anti-inflammatory. So the muscle don't feel like really they have big issues after a workout. Of course, it doesn't mean that those who eat plant-based diet are not so or don't feel tired at the end, but it is much less. It's not a question of not completely, but it's a question of less. there's a faster recovery, um, and yeah, and more like the athletes, they want to train again relatively soon afterwards because the body is ready to go again without feeling completely down for a very long time. So yes, so here is some examples. So one of them is Patrick Baboumian. He's quite an amazing individual. He he's a full 100% plant-based athlete. One of the strongest on earth. He can even reverse a car um, with his bare hands. And yeah, he was multiple world records in strengths, and he's really 100% plant-based. So he's a living proof that one doesn't need any animal products to have or to build extraordinary strength and power. Um, yeah, if you don't know him, you can go and have a look. He's also on the Game Changers documentary, so you can see him there. And I think in this documentary, he's also showing that he's lifting a car and reversing it. And yeah, he's a very kind individual, kind-hearted person, athlete, an amazing athlete. Um, yes, so this is another great athlete, Scott Jurek. He's one of the distance legend who they can when he runs like incredible distances. And he wins like a lot of many ultra marathons. And he set a record for the Appalachian Trail speed record, which is 2,189 miles in just 46 days. That is quite incredible. I don't know how he's doing it, or maybe I do know. And yes, so he's fueled by plants. And he credits the plant-based diet for all his endurance records and longevity. So yeah, it's like having a long-lasting batteries. Because food is basically what is food. Food is fuel. So it's kind of our batteries. And we store this fuel and then we use it in a smart way. And plant-based diet is amazing for endurance kind of activities. And this is another legend, Fiona Oakes. She's also like a world record ultramarathon runner. And yeah, she competed in many different conditions. And she has been an ethical vegan for decades. And she even founded an animal sanctuary. So, what better example? And yeah, it's quite amazing. So many athletes that are vegan or plant-based, and not all of them are full vegan or plant-based. Some are like mostly. That's already a step in the right direction. So yes, so plants, they can help to achieve incredible records. So possibly even if one wants to have a records, then maybe one should consider this. Consider going plant-based, especially whole food plant-based for the athletes, and then see how one fares, how one does in different sports events. Of course, it doesn't mean it's immediate, but I think it should be fairly soon that one will see great effects on one's performances. And yeah, so what I alluded earlier is the Game Changers. I would highly recommend to have a look at it. It's an amazing documentary on Netflix. Not only on Netflix, but it is on Netflix. And it is a testimonials by many elite athletes. And there's like research also on it, like sports research. And it dismantles many of the nutritional myths that exist in the world. And it includes many different type of athletes, so like fighters, weightlifters, sprinters, cyclists, who discovered that plants is just what they need for to have elite performance. And and the optimal performance, no less. So so have a look at it if you have time today. Highly recommend it. And those who are produced it is like many great athletes and producers. So please again have a look. Then I'm sure you will not be disappointed. And even Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the strongest like bodybuilder, one of the most well-known, at least, bodybuilder in the world. So he also recommends plant-based food. And yes, so being vegan is not an issue if one wants to compete in sport, be it in amateur or in professional sport. And on the contrary, it's extremely helpful for many athletes. Even those that did not believe in it, then they try it out. They feel strong, they feel energized, and maybe the most important is that it is kind to all beings. So one doesn't need to eat animal products in order to compete, and that is the path of kindness and compassion and meets athletes. So what a wonderful marriage relationship between them. So today is a relatively short presentation. I don't have that much to say about it, except to say that everything that has been said about it, that like vegans will be weak or not be able to compete, is wrong. And I hope if you are an athlete, if you are in sports, then you should definitely at least give it a try, and that could give you an edge against all the other athletes, surprisingly or not. And yeah, and then if somebody asks you what is the secret, then you can say, plants. So simple. Um, yeah, and I know there are like many vegans who compete in like strong like muscle strong. I don't know how you say it. Like in competition where you need to have strength. And there's like a vegan group of athletes that compete like as a group, I believe. And yeah, it's beautiful to see this passion, not only um, for the sports that they compete in, but also for the vegan lifestyle, for the compassionate lifestyle. And they are not shy to say, of course, that they are fueled by plants. And yeah, that's one of the best way of promoting maybe the vegan lifestyle is not only to discuss it like theoretically, like we do here, and look at it from different aspects, but actually real examples of people who are vegans who are doing extraordinary things, be it in sports or in other areas, like in spiritual practices. Um, and yeah, so to show kindness and compassion is amazing, no matter what. And this is, and sports is a beautiful like showcase for veganism. And yeah, so thank you for listening. So we will start our daily routine of spiritual practice, meditation. Um, so the thing is, I'm trying to do if like to do something regular that is more or less the same every time, because not trying to see too many methods, too many way of doings. This is just one way. Um, and yeah, in order for if anybody is watching and is interested in something, doing something regularly, then one can get inspired by this sequence. It's a very logical sequence. In the Himalayan tradition, it is that sequence is recommended, or more or less. I mean, there can be like variants of that, of course, as always. But the idea is very similar. And yeah, of course, there are many different methods. For now, what we see is mainly based on the breath, because that is very common. It's effective to calm the mind. It's used in many traditions, many different traditions, especially in Buddhism. All the breath awareness is very much used in like Vipassana. So yeah, so that's why we see this, and we try to be consistent to have some strategy of practice. And yeah, it's very logical. So again, just to recap what we saw in previous sessions is first, I mean, okay, that's something that I do. So starting with a prayer to set the mood, the right mood. It's a kind of self-dialogue, positive self-dialogue. A good idea for prayer is to have a prayer from your heart, so that you every time, every day, you create a new prayer, not something that is already made, pre-made. Um, but but it's not wrong to have like a pre-made also prayer, if that prayer is kind of logical and promotes universal compassion in one's heart. So it's also not a bad idea to do. One can combine the two. Like sometimes improvise, sometimes go into the official prayers. But yeah, the issue with pre-made prayer is that it can become automatic, like one just the mouth is talking, but the heart is not there. We don't even know what we are saying anymore. It just becomes automatic, and then it becomes much less effective. So that's why it's also recommended to have like personal prayers, personal words that one can just kind of come out from the heart. Whatever one wants to say, one says it. Mostly in the head or out loud, it's as one wish. And after the prayer, then a short session of gratefulness. It's very helpful. To be grateful is a wonderful thing to do. It increases our humility, modesty, humbleness, not in an arrogant way, just because we are grateful for everything around us, all the material objects that have been created, invented by humans or nature. Then we are grateful for all the beings around us, be it our pets, dogs, cats, parents, family. And yes, to our teachers, it's important to be grateful for all our teachers, from kindergarten to PhD level professors and spiritual beings that they are also teachers. Basically, all the spiritual guides there, they can be seen as just guides, teachers. They teach us the right way of looking at things, of being. Usually, they work with kindness and compassion to help us become more compassionate beings, because kindness and compassion is the basis of spiritual practice, and without it there is no spiritual practice. It must go hand in hand with all the other practices like meditation and mindfulness. Without virtues, what's the point of it? Meditation and mindfulness should increase our compassion and kindness. So it should work even after the meditation. And to be always mindful, basically 24 hours on, but not 24 hours, but most of the day, at least until we go to sleep. But even in sleep, we can be mindful. So yes, so that's why gratefulness is very important. And then afterwards, we do usually some physical exercise. one decides how strong one wishes to do. One can do like a very hard training or session if one wishes. Can be like the yoga practices. So there are some. I mean, most modern yogas is really asana based, and it's very they're very hard usually. One sweat quite a lot. Depends on the style that one goes, vinyasa, hatha, or any other. There are more calming yoga styles like yin yoga, which I enjoyed very much in the past. In yoga is like having like mm, postures, going into person, then staying in that posture for a long time, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. So it's very meditative. It's kind of a meditation. One can say that meditation is part of yin yoga. Um, and yes, even in yoga, those can be done. A good one is Qigong. Qigong is a wonderful practice that one can do in the morning too, or Tai Chi, or dancing. If you love dancing, why not? It's just to get the body movement moving, but importantly, one tries to do some stretching um, in order to be able to sit for a relatively long time. For example, here we sit for about 3 hours, not 3 hours, maybe a bit less, 2 hours and a half. And yeah, so if we don't feel comfortable and stable in our position, if something always aches, then that's not ideal. That's why we do the physical exercise before, just to oil the joints. And then after the physical exercise, what do we want to do? I mean, it's very logical. And we want to relax. That's why there is relaxation after physical exercise. And it's just logical because it prepares for meditation. Meditation, a lot of it is should come when we are very relaxed. That helps a lot for the meditation results, and just to feel better in meditation, because meditation is basically almost not moving, at least the sitting meditation. And if you are not relaxed, then it kinds of not. Then there's like an issue. We will be if we are restless all the time. The meditation will not be very effective, possibly. And then after relaxation, we do some pranayama, which is some pranayama is like not necessarily control, but it's like prana is like the vital energy, and then it's control of this energy. Maybe control is not the right word, but it's like working with this energy. And yeah, there are many techniques to work. One can do very simple ones, just some breathing, like we do, slowing the breath down a bit. That's very good to calm down, to relax. It's also linked to relaxation, one could say. And then there are different types of more active practices like Kapalbhati and Bastrika, which can be quite energizing to the body and the mind. But this we are not doing in these sessions. What we are doing is Nadi Shodhanam, which is one of the most important practice in pranayama. which is the alternate nostril breathing, and then to calm, to balance the left and the right hemispheres, like the energy hemispheres, to calm the mind, to balance the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So the sympathetic is the fight or flight system, and the parasympathetic nervous system is the opposite. It's like the calm system. When we are calm, then we produce calming hormones, and that is what we want in meditation. We don't want the fight or flight. So we want to balance kind of both. So and yeah, so that's pranayama. And then we are doing then we want to like start meditation, but before meditation it's always a good idea to do the self-dialogue aspect of it. Yeah, self-dialogue is wonderful to calm the mind, so the mind is because the mind loves to talk. We all know that. It's very hard to quiet our mind down. So one way is just giving off the steam by letting our mind talk. It will not completely stop the mind from talking in meditation, but at least it will be less pronounced. And talking with ourselves is very important, especially in a positive way, because in any case we always talk with ourselves, but not necessarily in a positive way. So now we try in this practice to do a positive self-talk. And that's good for mental health as well as for meditation. So we should not think that thinking is wrong and we should stop all thoughts, like very hard concentration and without thoughts. That's not possible and that's not practical. We try to kind of just direct our awareness to whatever we concentrate upon. In meditation, in meditation, and we try to put it in a one-pointed way, and the thoughts come, but do not affect us as much. So indeed, after the self-dialogue, then we start the meditation. That's the main part of the practice, and it can be short. It can be just 3 minutes if one is not used to meditation or just wants something short. That's okay. And then with time, one can increase it slowly by slowly every week, maybe a couple of minutes. Or just maybe just 10 seconds per week. And then that's already something, because then if one thinks about it after like 1 year, then one will have maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 minutes more. So it accumulates slowly but surely. And then we will feel less stressed in some sense. We don't want meditation to be stressful. So meditation, what I would recommend is for those who those who wish to make meditation their daily occurrence, to meditate 2 times 20 minutes, 1 times 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. And to start with, it's quite a good start. And yeah, those 20 minutes, they can include also all that we do, but in a very condensed way. And the actual meditation could be even like shorter, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So the self-dialogue should not take the should not be the central part of the practice. It's just one small but important part. So it could be just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then meditation can be as much as we wish, as much as we feel good with. So it could be 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, as much as one feels doing. As much as one feels that one grows from it, that it is useful. It should not be a forced thing to do, but something that we wish to do, we want to do. For ourselves, but not only, also for other people. If we meditate, then usually we are calmer in our way of doing and being in around people. We will be less stressed, we'll be less angry, we'll be with less negative emotions during the day. So people will be happy to be with us, to talk with us. We will not, because we will be, calmer. So it is. It's a great thing to meditate because it indeed. So it helps not only ourselves but people around us, our families, and colleagues, co-workers, and the world in general. And then if we also combine this with a vegan lifestyle, then that is amazing, because it's a match made in heaven. The vegan lifestyle is all about kindness and compassion, and meditation helps us to be calm. And spiritual practice is all about, not all, but a lot is about kindness and compassion. Some will say all, but then there's the meditation part that also plays a big part of usually of some spiritual practices, most of them. So yes, so then after self dialogue, then we do meditation, and basically that's it. Then we can wake up and be ready for the world, for anything that the world has to throw at us. The world can be a stressful place, but if we ourselves are calm in our hearts, then the world has less negative impact on ourselves, and we can better do our job. So it's also good in order to do a good job to meditate. And we will be also less. There's less sickness, less sick, because sickness comes from many places, of course, but maybe lifestyle is a gigantic part of being protecting ourselves against sicknesses. Lifestyle can be many things, like practicing some physical exercises. Sleep, good sleep is important. And then eating, the food is maybe the most important. And reducing stress is also very important. And reducing stress through like meditation, for example. And then of course reducing or eliminating smoking. Then alcohol is very bad and poisonous to us in all kinds of way. And drugs, of course, we should avoid. So everything combines to reduce our sick time at work, and that's a good thing even for employers. So for me, employers should um, like wish that their employers practice meditation, that they are plant-based or vegan, that they do exercises and all those stuff. And those are if employers that really um, focus on that are quite forward-looking and maybe revolutionaries in some sense. So it's not just work, but it's also how humans. I mean, humans' welfare is very important for doing a good work. So one should also focus on that, and most importantly, not forget the animals, because we are just one animal, and all animals deserve um, peace and to be left, yeah, alone without controlling them. So yeah, so that was like an overview of what we did in the past couple of days. I mean, from a process perspective, one could say. We will continue doing it in the future. We will modify a bit the sequence, maybe every 10 sessions. So like on the 11 sessions, maybe it will be a bit different than 21, 31. To be going a bit further. Even though I don't know if those sessions are like followed, so that there is some continuation between them. Yeah, but okay, we will see how it goes. So yeah, so let's start our actual practice. So first thing we do, prayer. So yeah, so again, this prayer comes from it's divided in several steps. Like one is the Reiki, 5 Reiki principles, which I like very much. And I like the fact that it's like very just for today. I will. So just for today, tomorrow I don't know, but today I will do that. So focusing on the moment, present moment. It's very Buddhistic in principles, in ideas, like being in the now. And then there are some affirmations, plus plus an important mantra of I don't know the origin, if it's from like Hinduism or yoga, but it's a great uh, maybe it comes from the Vedas. I'm not sure. I have to check it out. But it's a very important mantra for universal compassion, which is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. There are many songs made around it. You can check it out. It's quite beautiful to listen to and to be inspired during the day. And yeah, every time one listens to it, one can think about the meanings. That actually, it's a mantra for universal compassion for all beings, humans and animals. So it's perfect for this theme of these 40 days of peace and compassion to all humans and animals, to stop all wars, all sufferings, as one beautiful song says. That I put, I think, in the first of my playlist. Um, and yeah, so let's go. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Peace to all of nature, peace to all humans, all animals, all living beings, and finally peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Om. So let's do now the second part, which is being grateful. Um, so we do it maybe for about 4 or 5 minutes. You do it in your own way, grateful for whoever you wish to be grateful for or to. And yeah, so let's start doing that. Okay. So now um, after we did the gratefulness, what do? We do a bit of physical exercise. So let's do that. That's very basic. Of course, feel free to do something more physical, but we will just do it very easily. So first thing, let's do the selfie roll. So inhale forward, exhale back, in a round circle way. Inhale forward, exhale back. And the other way. Come back to center. Then like inhale, make like go like round the back, and then exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale down to one side. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale down a bit more. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale to one side. Inhale, stretch the spine a bit more. Exhale, turn a bit more. Come back to center. Then inhale, one hand's up. And then exhale, go to one side. And the other side. Come back to center. Both hands on the shoulders. Then inhale up. Exhale back. The other way. And then just relax. Then one leg in front of the other. And then very slowly just go forward. And back. Put the other leg forward. And same thing. Very slowly move forward. Come back up. Then you can extend your legs. And then just stretch them. Make some circles with the foot. One side and the other. And then bring back. So, okay. So that is the our physical exercise part, which just maybe not even 5 minutes. Again, one can do other exercises if one wish. But if I would recommend one thing is for it not to be the central part of the practice, but more like an initial practice, just to prepare for the other practices, like pranayama meditation, self-dialogue. So the asanas should not take that long. It should not be like 2 hours asanas and 5 minutes meditation. It's more the opposite, in my humble opinion, at least. So yeah, asanas is just there to help us have a good and stable position to sit on. That's all. That's the goal of asanas. And to, of course, to be more healthy and otherwise. And that's not a bad thing, but one can do quite heavy practice in a short time, maybe 10-15 minutes. One can be quite sweating if one is doing some heavy exercises. But if it is then part afterwards of like meditation practice, then that would be enough. 10-15 minutes, okay, but maybe not too much more, unless that is your practice and that is what you enjoy doing, and that is what you love doing. So then that is a practice unto itself. But for a meditation practice, just a short one, 10-15 minutes, maybe max. That's it. That's enough. So let's do the relaxation now part. So we do again the 31 points of relaxation. So you can do it lying down if you wish. Just try not to fall asleep. If you fall asleep, it is fine. There are worse things that could happen than that. But it should be very relaxing moment. So we do again the same thing as before. Again, because since it's the internet, I don't know who exactly is listening to, who will listen to. So I prefer to repeat, and then we repeat one time, and then you will do it on your own. So find a comfortable and stable position, either lying down or sitting. If sitting, the spine should be more or less straight. Not too straight, but not too slouched, somewhere in the middle. Then just relax. Relax your body. Do a rapid body scan. Any parts that is locked or sore, like stressed, then just relax it, especially the shoulders, the abdomen, the face, the eyes. Just relax everything. And that can be a good thing also during meditation or self-dialogue, to every couple of minutes check how one feels. If anything is tensed, like the shoulders, then relax it. So every couple of minutes, just do a rapid body scan just to relax the body, and then go back to meditation. So let's start. So bring your entire attention to the space between the eyebrows. to the pit of the throat, the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, the center of the chest, the right chest, center of the chest, left chest, center of the chest, and just relax. Now, let's do it on our own. So I will not guide, just do again the 31 points, but on your own. So it should take maybe 2 minutes. Let's start now. So, okay. Um, when we do this practice of Shavyatra, we really should focus very, uh, very much on each of the points. It should really be a meditation, basically. It's not just concentrating half-heartedly, but really focus truly on each of the points and trying to make it as though that's the only thing in the world. You just focus on those, and then it's like a meditation, basically, where we focus on different points of concentration, which in this case are the those like central energy centers. Um, so yeah, so it should not be done with the mind wandering. It does, of course, the mind does wander. Just bring it back to the concentration of those points, and then resume. Yeah. So now, okay, let's pass to our second practice, main practice, which is pranayama. So we will do first like what we did yesterday. So we'll start with the mind, not mind, but breath, like awareness. To be aware of how our breath is, but it is this time it is in a controlled way. So we're not just letting the breath do what it wishes, but we control it just a little bit. So this happens when we do like counting kind of practices. So that is controlling, but it's okay. So here we do 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, and we try to make it as smooth as possible. So the breath in, breath out should be extremely smooth, with no jerkiness, no like inhale and stop, exhale, stop, exhale, stop, exhale, stop, and so on. We make it very, very smooth, like a circle. We try to make it as silent as possible, no noise, at least not voluntarily. If we have some noise in our noses, okay, that's something else, and that is okay, but not artificial, not ujjayi. Then it should be diaphragmatic, so from the belly, and the shoulder should be down and relaxed, not the chest, so we should not breathe from the chest. And yeah, and we avoid as much as possible all the pauses between inhalation, exhalation, and exhalation, inhalation. It's really super smooth. That's not the case when we do it without control. Then we have natural pauses, which is okay and should have. But in this practice where we do control the breath, then there we don't have any. We avoid the pauses. And we also breathe from the nose, and except if our nose is blocked, of course. But we breathe from the nose, and we breathe in and out from the nose. As the saying goes, our nose is for breathing, our mouth is for eating. Our mouth is not meant to breathe, except in emergencies, or if our nose is blocked. That's why we have this possibility. But it's only when we really need a lot of oxygen. Then our nose is blocked, then we use our mouth. Yeah, so that's it. So let's do it for a couple of minutes. 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. Starting now. So when we do those exercises, we really should, of course, focus also fully on it. If our mind wanders, then we gently bring our mind back to the breath. So now we move to the X2X practice. So that means we breathe in for 2 seconds and breathe out for 4 seconds. So let's do this for a couple of minutes. Okay. Starting now. Okay, so now we finished that part. Let's move to the alternate nostril breathing, so Nadi Shodhanam or Anudoma Viloma. So again, like last time, we will do it. We do just one round together, and then afterwards, you will do 3 rounds on your own. So this is the first pattern that we're going to see of Nadi Shodhanam. We will see the second pattern on the 11th session, and yeah, so let's do that. So again, Vishnu Mudras, bend the index and middle finger, use the thumb and the ring finger to block each nostril in a certain pattern. So the pattern is, for example, if we start from the left, it's exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Then exhale from same, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. That's one round. And second round is the same thing, but we start from the other nostril. The third one, we start again from the one that we started the first time. That's all. So let's do it together. So inhale, exhale, inhale to start. Block right, exhale from left. Switch inhale, switch exhale, switch inhale, switch exhale, switch inhale, switch exhale, switch inhale, exhale from same, switch inhale, switch exhale, switch inhale, switch exhale, switch inhale, and relax. So that is one round. So again, we're going to do all 3 rounds, each person on your own. Each round starting from the other nostrils. And yeah, it should not take too long. You can take a bit longer than we did here for each inhalation exhalation. Depends how you feel. It can be between maybe between 2 and 6 seconds inhalation exhalation, but make it the same amount of time. So inhalation, if it's inhalation, is 4 seconds, exhalation also 4 seconds, and so on. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so now let's do our last pranayama exercise, which is the Brahmari, which is just closing the mouth and making like a sound. Like then inhaling from the nose always. And so on. This is very calming to the nervous system, and it prepares us for the meditation. So let's do that for a couple of minutes. And slowly relax. So now we're getting ready for the self-dialogue part. And notice that if you do all this by yourself, I think I said it before, I mean, you can do everything in 20 minutes. Like each part of it can be shorter part, and of course I am not here to talk, so that's much less time for that. So yeah, in 20 minutes you can basically do practically the entire practice, or you can do 20 minutes only for the self-dialogue and the meditation, and before that you do a bit of the other stuff, like physical exercise, relaxation, pranayama. Yeah, basically you decide how you create your practice. It's your practice, but yeah, it's just a suggestion. So now let's, but before we start the self-dialogue, let's do a short break of 5 minutes. Okay, so let's move to the self-dialogue part of it. So we're going to do it for 15 minutes. Um, Again, for a reminder, it can be either prayer, gratefulness, higher truth, who am I, self-counseling, what do I want, um, and or friendship with mind. So we decide what we want to talk about ourselves, just to let the mind have its moment. Um, and yeah, so let's do that for about 10-15 minutes. So, like meditation, we should be stable and comfortable. And yeah, so let's start. So the, okay, so maybe take just 1 or 2 minutes um, to relax. Um, yeah, extend your legs, stretch anything that you need to do. Because then we will start our meditation. So we will do like before Kaya Shteriam. That is basically the base of a sitting meditation, which means we try to be as still and comfortable as and stable as possible. And then we start our concentration on something. And here we are going to do again the breath. And yes, so the breath do to start with the counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each inhalation, exhalation is 1, then until 5, then back to 1, until you feel quite stable. That or think in when you inhale, out when you exhale. Don't. This is not a controlled thing in meditation, so we don't control here in that case at least. We just let the breath be completely natural. Um, and we watch the sensations of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. If we don't feel anything, we can maybe 1 or 2 times control it forcefully, like to feel where it actually the air where it goes and where it should be filled. And every time we have a thought, there are some options. Some is just to thinking. So like when we have a thought, then we say in our mind thinking, and then we go back to the breath. Another option is just to let it be, like clouds. We just let the cloud come and go. We don't follow it at all. We just whatever it is, good, bad. We don't follow it. We just um, come back with mindfulness towards the breath. And this sensation of the breath on the nostrils, which is our object of meditation. If anything feels like uncomfortable or with the itch, then we can, or we feel some sensations anywhere in the body, then we can direct our attention there for a couple of moments to see what's like happening. And then once it's over, we return to the breath. So we'll do 2 times 25 minutes. First time I will I will guide it. And then second time you will do it on your own. So yes, so let's do this. So find a comfortable, stable position. Close your eyes. Find a position you can stay in for a long time. And let's start. So bring all your awareness to your right leg, right foot, lower leg, upper leg, entire leg. Just relax. Your right hip and your left hip, left upper leg, lower leg and foot, and relax. Relax both legs together. Relax your back and your belly, lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax your torso. Your shoulders, right upper arm, lower arm, right hands and fingers, fingertips, right wrist and elbow, completely relaxed. Then left upper arm, lower arm and hands and fingers and fingertips, and wrist and elbow, and your entire arm. Just relax. Relax both arms together. Relax your neck, throat. Relax the back of your head, top of the head, forehead. Relax your eyebrows, eyes, nose, ears, nostrils, upper lip and lower lip, your tongue. Relax your chin and jaw and your entire face. Relax your head, neck, and the rest of the body. Be completely relaxed and steady. Imagine you're like a tree and your legs are rooted in the earth and your arms are like branches. And now we pass to the actual meditation. So let's take 5 minute break and then we continue. So let's do our final meditation. In this meditation, we're not guided, so you do the Kayashteriam, just as a reminder. So it's just being stable and comfortable without moving, imagining that we are a tree, and then doing a body scan from the feet to the head. And yes, and that's it. Just so the body scan is just to see where are the points of tension in the body and relax them. That's the main goal. And then doing the meditation on the breath, watching the breath, the sensations in the nostrils, and using counting in the beginning to calm the mind. So just think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then back to 1. Each time we inhale, it's like 1, inhale, exhale, and so on, 2, and so on, without controlling the breath. So it's not a controlled breath meditation. It's just letting the breath go naturally, as if we are just watching it from a distance, and we don't control it at all. So we really need to relax, especially the belly and the shoulders and everything, so that the breath is as natural as possible. Breathe from the nose, not from the mouth. In and out from the nose, unless your nose is blocked. And yes, so let's do this for about 25 minutes. So that concludes the meditation session. So just to recap, so today we saw the sport aspect is related to the vegan lifestyle or plant-based diet lifestyle. And that is a very interesting aspect and topic. Yes, there are so many great athletes who follow a plant-based diet and they thrive on it. They win medals. They are world champions. They are very strong in their fields. So yeah, the vegan lifestyle, the plant-based diet is not will not make us weak as long as we eat a balanced diet, balanced plant-based diet, and yeah. So and then we did the practice like we did yesterday, basically. So thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon, and bye bye.